Today we discuss about happiness. What is happiness? Why are people not happy in this world? Can I be happy forever? These are some of the questions which concern each one of us. This has been the topic of interest since time immemorial. All religions, all scriptures talk about happiness. They provide us guidance, remedies, and solutions on how to become happy. Happiness is a condition in which each one of us want to spend their lifetime. Without happiness, this life is not worth living. It is useless. For happiness, man can sacrifice anything, everything, even this body if it obstructs happiness. In fact, there are only two conditions. One is a continuous happiness, another is an intermittent happiness. That is happiness coupled with unhappiness. Joy and sorrow, these are the two sum that visit us one after another. The third condition is imaginary, that is continuous unhappiness. That does not exist. There is nothing like continuous or permanent unhappiness. There is always two sum, happiness and unhappiness. Therefore, unhappiness is unnatural, unreal, whereas happiness is natural and real. Happiness manifests on certain occasions. For example, when we have a desire for ice cream and ice cream is denied, then one is disturbed, unhappy. But when he gains ice cream, he is happy. So when a desire, one or more desires are fulfilled, one experiences happiness. But one keeps generating desires. So whenever there is a pressure of a desire from within, there is unhappiness. And when that pressure is reduced, the desire is fulfilled, there is happiness. So happiness from ice cream melts along with ice cream. They say newly married is happiest, almost in heaven. But as you know, this happiness also doesn't last long. There are some other activities which contain larger portion of happiness. Serving nation, loving neighbor, being concerned for all beings, being kind, sharing one's belongings. These and many more activities contain happiness of a better quality and better quantity. But when attitude changes, mind changes, the happiness also goes away. So when mind remains on an unselfish activity, or it sets a goal and remain on goal, then it is happy. So mind's concentration is experienced as happiness. But mind is fickle in nature. It cannot concentrate on its own. It needs training, development, nurturing. Mind is like a child. So it is only when mind is controlled and governed one can experience happiness. Some people believe happiness is there in the world. You ask the wealthiest person, he is equally miserable from within. He is as sorrowful as an ordinary man. So, when one chases for happiness in the world, he meets with disappointment. This disappointment is not caused by the world because world does not contain happiness and disappointment also. The disappointment is caused because we are chasing something we want at a wrong place. We need to be happy with chasing happiness in the world where it does not exist. Happiness is an internal quality, it is a natural state. It is a state in which man does not get bored even if he was in it for an indefinite period of time. Nobody says, I don't like happiness or I am bored of happiness. Nobody wants unhappiness to visit him. So there is no happiness in the world, but happiness is real, it is within. When one understands his own nature, he recognizes self within as the abode of happiness. He sets the goal of happiness, then happiness visits him. So it is the direction and efforts both need to go inward. We are putting lot of efforts but in wrong direction. All scriptures, all religions provide one common formula for happiness, and they say oneness of entire creation, oneness of humanity, oneness of nation, oneness of family. Wherever there is oneness, there is happiness. Equality is the law of happiness. So, this oneness is very difficult to understand. But there are some guidelines. This book called Sindhiyat, which is based on story of Jhulelal, provides guidelines to understand this oneness. Happiness is human prerogative. All of us deserve to be happy, but happiness is not freely available. If it was freely available, none would value it. Nature, time and again, teaches us this one lesson. Keep striving, keep struggling, and you will be happy. So, happiness needs to be earned. We have to put in efforts and look within. These two things will bring us to happiness. Thank you.